You know what I did, Jim?
What
Not
did you
only did
do?
I add soul to that one um, book that I did the Write Your Book AI challenge
Uh-huh.
with you, the one that
Uh-huh.
you bullied me into doing.
That's right. Jim Edwards bullied a Navy SEAL.
Yeah. I mean I literally just like there's no way I'm going to write a book. I really was just burned out. I'd written 4 that year. Just like it's the end of the year, I was like, I got nothing in me, Jim. I really don't. And then sure enough, boom, I got it. And one thing I did at the very beginning of every chapter to kind of remind me to add more soul to it
Uh-huh.
was I put in one of my quotes that I use to answer that chapter. So everything leads off with a quote from me, right? It's just a standard quote.
That's cool. So you
Yeah, yeah, and it really kind of set the tone for the whole chapter.
okay. Tell me real quick, and that's cool because I think people would be, oh, that's kind of really egocentric to quote yourself in your own book. But hey, it's your book, your world. You do whatever you want.
It's more of a coaching technique. Like I say this, boom, right? And it was about the topic that was brought up, a common mistake. Here's the number one way to, alleviate that common mistake. Use this as like the guideline, and then here's how you do it.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
so
So
yeah,
tell me how, you've written a bunch of books. You went through a program with me that became your first bestseller, though. That was
I did.
I will claim that. Um,
Yes.
what how have you used the book that I bullied you into writing that you had no time to write, that you had already written books the normal way, 4 other books created them, and you've dozens and dozens of books. How have you used that book that you created using the AI? How have you used that to build your business this year?
Well, one, it's on Amazon and it is selling on Amazon. It's also selling on my own site as well. Um, so that's one. The other one was I've been using it as a giveaway to someone who buys anything Spec Ops related, and with a special code, you can get the price of that ebook taken off of the total, and that has been kind of like a buy two get one free type of deal
Okay.
for programming. And really what my that book did for me was it took all of the common mistakes that people make and allowed me to pull from here and pull from there, and all these different areas that I was sending people to individually to just one big answer
Hmm.
for all of those common mistakes. And it cleared my thinking up for it. I'm able to just send this out to people like, hey, just read this. I'm telling you, it'll set you back on track. And so, yeah, it has done a lot for me and kind of streamlined some of my customer service dealings as well.
So let me ask you this question. You've written real books, you've written ebooks, you've written stuff. Um, is this book as good as the other ones you've written, or just because AI did it, it means it's a piece of crap?
No, no, I don't consider it like that at all. It is just as good as any other program I've written before. The only difference is this one, the one that I wrote recently, is not a workout book, so it's a little bit different in the way you know, usually everything I write is a workout, right? It's
Right.
something there's going to be a workout program in it. This is really purely a mistakes book, but it just organizes everything into one shot. So if you have a business that, goes in multiple directions, you got a specialty, but it's still broad enough, you might be able to find something in that common mistakes of all the things that go on, create a nice little organizational tool for you, and give it as a gift or even sell it.
Absolutely. So it's a real book. Bottom line, it's a real book.
Yes, I still feel like an author because I did it.
Okay. Awesome. So that's the
Yeah.
story of how Jim Edwards bullied a Navy SEAL.
Yes.
So if you're not a member, if you haven't signed up for writeyourbookai yet, you should, because if it'll work for Stu, it'll work for you. And that rhymes. Okay.